Hello everybody, I am Dungeon Master DeVault, and tonight the topic is why should you play Dungeons & Dragons? I would also incorporate all other role-playing games in this, but specifically Dungeons & Dragons. Why? Because Dungeons & Dragons is one of the easier systems that now exist in role-playing games. Very streamlined. Back in the day, in the 1970s, Dungeons & Dragons saw a mass panic as the as an evil game of demon worshippers or people that murdered people, or even just nerdy people that just like you want to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's gotten so much bigger than this now, and people that play it. Let's start right there. Okay, I can name at least two off the top of my head, or actually we can go to three. Stephen Colbert, he did a big thing on Saturday Night Live. Another one is The Rock. Yes, I said The Rock, WWE star and movie star in several different movies. You can fact check me on that one. And also Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, if you go in and you look at one of his favorite movies that he's done, is one that reflected a Dungeons and Dragons character that he played in The Last Witch Hunter. And coincidentally, his producer played Dungeons and Dragons as well. Whether you like the movie or not, honestly, in my opinion, it was one of the best Dungeons and Dragons movies that was not Dungeons and Dragons related that's been made so far. You can Google search or even go on YouTube and find games where Vin Diesel has played, and just kind of going away from that over to like just athletes. I already said The Rock, but we can go in there and say Curt Schillings. He famous baseball player. He's played Dungeons and Dragons, and also there was another one off the top of my head. It just slipped my mind. So you can just look at the list of Tim Duncan. There it is. He's a Dungeons and Dragons player as well. Okay, so we've gone to actors, actresses. Also, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I guess she was in a TV show called True Blood. But I do know her. It was the reporter in. She was in Netflix's Daredevil. Can't remember it off the top of my head, and man, I feel real bad for forgetting that. But we can just kind of keep this rolling here. If you like some big movies, I can just throw one huge one out right now. Big box office hit, The Avengers. Well, it's not fantasy. Well, it actually hits all things and all themes in Dungeons and Dragons. An epic story, epic bad guy. I can go characters and classes in there, but I would just throw a bunch of things that might go over your head a little bit if you're not familiar with the Dungeons and Dragons terms. They hit classes, which are like jobs. Okay, different personalities and stuff going on in there as well. So other big movies and even TV shows. Game of Thrones. Just one right off the top of my head. I have not watched it. What? Yeah, no, I have not watched Game of Thrones, but I've heard things about it. Other TV shows. Off the top of my head, we can go with Vampire Diaries, the originals. Those are two huge series. Also, another one that I've heard things about but I have not watched, Riverdale. I've heard that, just through the grapevine of kids that I've spoken with and flashes of the show that I've seen, it just got the themes heavy in it of Dungeons and Dragons. So moving over from TV shows to video games, one of the biggest games out there that has gone across all platforms, Skyrim, a game that lets you think you can do anything. Really, it doesn't let you do anything. It's got its limitations. In Dungeons & Dragons, here it is. You can do anything you put your mind to. Anything you put your mind to. it's just going to be the restrictions placed on what the party at the table wants to do. Okay. It could be anything from going. We just go to anything, right? You want to go. You want to be Batman? You can be Batman. Okay. You want to be a. You want to go on heists and go on bank robberies? You can do that. You want to be a bounty hunter? You can do that. You want to be a wizard, Harry? Yeah, that's a Harry Potter reference. If you like Harry Potter, you will like Dungeons and Dragons. Why? Because there are wizards, sorcerers, and warlocks. Mic drop. Okay, so with this, guys, I know a lot of my friends might be like, what the heck is he talking about still at this point? I'm just telling you that this game is across all platforms, and the themes are in all movies that I watch. And as you sit down and play with your friends, this is a game that you just sit down and you play and you learn together. With a dungeon master like myself, I could facilitate things like this for you and your friends. And well, why get a professional dungeon master? Well, here it is. I was gonna go later on with this with pricing and stuff, but just some reasons why you'd want to get a professional dungeon master. Well, here it is. You pay for, guys, subscriptions for your video games. You pay for date nights to go see movie theater, right? To go to movies. That's expensive. You go see comedy shows. You go see magicians if you like magicians. You go do escape rooms. You go do other things. If there are forms of entertainment by a professional. So with that, that's where a professional dungeon master would be able to facilitate an evening or evenings that could be a great entertainment source of entertainment. Okay, so I just want to say I'm excited for this for you. If you are curious about this game, please hit me up. Don't be scared to talk to me about it. I've got many stories that I can share with you about me as a player, but most recently through my years of being a dungeon master. Tomorrow night I'll be sitting down at a table with 7 people who are professionals, everything from a physics teacher to math teachers to just people that you'd be like, they play Dungeons and Dragons? Yes, they do. And we've been going for 4 months strong now. I can go to other people that I've played with off the top of my head. I've sat down and played with a pastor. I've played with football players. I've played with computer guys. I've played with high school football players. I've played with all walks of life. I've talked to business guys. I've dungeon mastered CEOs of businesses. So look, this is a awesome game. It provides team building. It provides a great night with friends. And I just want to say, Dungeons and Dragons, it's amazing. And again, I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Master DeVault.